Hey guys, welcome to this build channel. Today we're going to be going over the teardown of this Subaru Impreza. So this is the Backyard Build Subaru Impreza. We've got it here and now it's time to tear into it to see what's really going on inside. I've got my tools, I've got bags, I've got a Sharpie. So we're going to categorize everything, take everything down, put it in boxes, absolutely not get rid of anything because it might be needed by the end, and we'll see what all's messed up inside of there. Alright, here we go. Alright, so what I do as far as bagging, just keep it simple. I write on a Ziploc, write on a plastic bag, headlight. And then you throw everything that might be a headlight, because it's a crash car, I don't know exactly what is and what isn't. I'm going to throw everything that looks like it belongs to the headlight assemblies into this bag. Alright, this latch mechanism does not appear to be in its original shape, so it looks like I'm going to be replacing that. So something I like to do is whenever I have bolts and nuts or a plate that it goes into, if you put it back into where you got it, then at the end when you're looking for that J-hook, it'll already have its nut on it. That way you don't have to dig through the box to find a nut that works. Alright, I moved the camera just a little bit so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing in here. I'm going to keep tearing it down. Enjoy the video. Alright, so just by the way, I unhooked the battery because I was about to play with the airbag crash sensors and I don't know what really happens with those. So I'm going to unhook the battery anytime working around airbag systems just to make sure that I don't accidentally make the car think that it is in a crash. If I'm jiggling these sensors, taking the screws out or whatever else, I wouldn't want it to start thinking that it's flipping upside down or something and blow the airbags. Even though the car's not on or running, I'm going to go ahead and take the battery out and make sure that computer is totally off. So just you can see, started taking out the radiator and condenser area. So what you have is a bolt, a metal shroud going into the grommet. So the grommet's in sheet metal with a hole, and all this stacks up so you can let everything wiggle around just like it wants to. That was unexpected. So what you saw there is what happens when you make an incorrect assumption. With the amount of damage on this car, I said there's no way it still has AC in it. Well, it did. It still had AC. It got all over me. It came out of there, high pressure. Felt very cold, especially on my fingers. So yeah, that's why you always take your car to a professional AC repair place. Get them to evacuate the system if you're going to be doing work like this. It definitely needs a new condenser. It's smashed all to heck. But yeah, it definitely still had Freon. That was exciting. so there's definitely plastic shards just everywhere. You can see just plastic and plastic. You get in a crash like that and then everything just falls apart. Alright, so now I'm going handheld. Let me show you a little bit about what's going on here. So I've gotten the radiator, condenser, some headlight stuff, a lot of broken brackets I got out of the way. I pulled this out a little bit more by hand. There's still a little bit of electrical and some more things to get out of the way because I know I've got to take this piece off. Radiator supports are down here. They bolt on, so I'll take those off in a minute. And here's the engine. So the engine is one of the bigger problems. Obviously the wreck messed up the belts and pushed them all off. There's one of them that's shredded. Yeah, shredded and wrapped around the back side of the pulley here. So that's nice and stuck in there. And the cover, the valve train cover, is just torn up. So if you look inside, you can see little shards of plastic. So I'll have to replace this and see what all is missing from inside of there, or what other damage that the broken pieces have created. Because you do have this what's it called, toothed belt going on right here, timing belt, going to the camshafts. There's a single cam engine, if y'all didn't notice that already. So single cams per head. So I'll check that out. What I'm really hoping did not happen is that some of this stuff got into the teeth and then messed up something else. But I did drive this car off the trailer with a lot of noise, but it didn't sound like engine internal noise. It was more so fans hitting radiators and stuff like that, and probably a little bit of this going on. And the radiator, or the alternator's not doing anything. So I think we discussed that in the last video. But yeah, if I run a belt to the alternator, it'll probably charge the battery a little bit better while I'm driving it. So one of the questions I have for you guys is, if I get in here and I do not see any damage to the belt or the pulleys or anything like that, what all do I actually need to replace? The car has 130,000 miles on it. So is it time to replace the timing belt? And I think the water pump kind of comes with that kit. So should I do a timing belt and water pump, even if they appear to be good? Or should I just replace it if it's damaged? So answer that in the comments below. What do y'all think I should do? With 130,000 miles, I don't know if it's been changed before. I'm guessing maybe that's time. Or maybe the owner replaced it 30,000 miles ago at 100. Alright, now I'm going to get to work on taking apart the front of the engine and a little bit of the electrical that's left over. Alright, so there's a lower radiator mount. Oh no! That's what happens when you have dogs in the yard with you. Alright. Alright, this one I think went to the AC compressor, but it is just destroyed. Wow. Yeah, that's a rough day. Alright, so this is our front crank pulley. And it appears to be mounted in front of the covers. So the cover's right here behind it. It's a single piece up to this point. So it looks like I'm going to have to take off the crank pulley off the front just so I can replace that main part. So it's at this point I'm going to need some more tools. Alright, thanks for following along this far. Please subscribe to this build channel below and hit that bell icon for notifications. Anytime I release a new video, you'll be the first to know.